In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. So, is it by works or by grace that one is saved? Well, it can only be by grace, because it has to be available to everyone, because God has said very clearly, it's His heart that everyone would be saved, that no one would perish. Oh, Jesus came, it says in John 3:16, so that if anyone were to believe on Him, they would not perish, but have everlasting life with God. And so what's the point of works then? Well, there are two things going on here. Number one, to show you that you can't keep them, so that, hallelujah, it is by grace. And number two, so that as you did keep as much law as you could, you would walk in an abundance of life, experiencing peace and even joy in this realm where you're going to have trouble. Jesus said, in this world you will have trouble. Well, the nation of Israel had trouble with this grace thing because they didn't want the Gentiles to be able to believe and come in just like they could. No, they were chosen people. They thought that the Gentiles had to do something more. The grace of God, believing on Jesus, shouldn't be enough for them because we've been your chosen people for hundreds of years. Well, because they were so obstinate like that, you saw the prophets and even King David say, I don't know, God, if you should even let these guys in. They are hard-hearted and they're contrary to your love. We see that in today's scriptures. We're in Romans 11. We're going to read verses 7 through 11, and they say this. What then? What Israel is seeking, it has not obtained. A salvation because I'm a descendant of Abraham, that is not the way to be saved. But those who were chosen obtained it, and the rest were hardened. Who were chosen? Those who God foreknew. Those who He saw even before the foundation of the world, that they would believe on Jesus. Verse 8, just as it is written, God gave them a spirit of stupor, eyes to see not, and ears to hear not, down to this very day. They had the stupor because God gave grace to the Gentiles. He knew that that would harden their hearts. He didn't do it to harden their hearts, but He did know that their hearts would be hardened. Verse 9, and David said, let their table become a snare and a trap, and a stumbling block and retribution to them. Let their eyes be darkened and see not, and bend their backs forever. See, now that was King David talking, because he'd had it with the Israelites. Well, he was an Israelite as well, and so he's having trouble with his own people. But it's because they are so prideful. Are you kidding me? We're chosen people of God. Nobody else should be able to come in. We should be in there by ourselves because we have walked trying to follow the rules. We're trying hard. They aren't even trying, and we're trying. Well, we see in verse 11, I say then, they did not stumble so as to fall, did they? May it never be. But by their transgression, salvation has come to the Gentiles to make them jealous. They would not believe. They had hard hearts. They were absolutely angry at God even because He was letting Gentiles in. But the fact that Gentiles were believing on Jesus and being saved, that made the Israelites jealous. Now, Paul's hoping, as we continue through chapter 11 here, Paul's hoping that as they get jealous, that they will believe on Jesus too, so that they can be saved. That the fact that Gentiles are being saved will break through to these Israelites, and their pride would be overcome by a humility that says, oh, the love of God is for everyone. God bless you, who the love of God is definitely for, and you've received it. I look forward to being with you again tomorrow. I'll see you then.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.